It's week 2 of the NFL, and here's the pick artist himself, Trayvon Diggs. He's one of the last guys you want to target in coverage. It's the Cowboys and the Saints, next on Madden Football.
It is time for football, as we welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Thanks for having us in, Mike Tirico, Greg Olsen. It's week 2 of this NFL season. A couple of teams feeling good, Greg. Victory in the season opener, and that gives you just great momentum off the schneid to start the season. Now, what's ahead for these guys?
Going into week 1 was always kind of an interesting deal, Mike, and I always felt as a player, you prepare months for week 1, and then you prepare 7 days for week 2. It's kind of a very interesting thing, and here you have both teams, 1-0, gotten off to a great start.
We are ready, and so is Brandon Aubrey to kick this one off. And off we go from spectacular AT&T Stadium. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. So the Saints ready to go to work on offense for the first time. Leading this offense, their veteran quarterback.
They find themselves coming off a win last week that came right down to the end, and the best teams in the NFL, Mike, they can win close games, and they can win different style games. You're not going to blow people out consistently in the NFL. The league is just too good and has too much parity. But the teams that are the best in one-score games, they're often the ones finding themselves in the best position come playoff time.
They face 2nd down and 7. Another run here with Johnson. Into the secondary at the 45. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
Big hole up the middle. The interior of this offensive line did a great job clearing some space. The back saw it quick, and he hit it. Next thing you know, he was in the secondary for a big pickup.
On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. 2nd and a yard. They'll look to throw. That'll be caught. It's Alvin Kamara. And he will not get away. Terrific open field tackle. Gets him down behind the line. They'll throw here on 3rd and short. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down. The Saints now going to try a field goal here. This one from 54 yards out. Anderson's kick is good. And the Saints are out to an early 3-0 lead.
And that's a good drive right out of the gate. They're able to make some plays, move the ball down the field. I know they didn't get a touchdown, but that is a good, positive result.
Cavante Turpin on the return. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. So that Cowboy offense takes the field, ready to go to work for the first time. They'll be led out by the young man in his 2nd season in the NFL.
A lot of things jump off the tape when you watch last week, Mike, but it was really just the overall execution of the game plan that stuck out the most. I mean, not only did he get them in the end zone a handful of times, he protected the ball, and he routinely exploited.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Well, Mike, the other day we heard how the offensive coordinator wanted to start fast offensively, but here so far, it's been the pass rush and the defense who's gotten out to the quick start.
Now the veteran. This is Royce Freeman. He'll inch forward for maybe a yard. Willie Gay with the stop. 3rd and long. Back to throw. Oh, got him again the 2nd time with a sack on this opening drive.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
On fourth down, the veteran Brian Anger on a punt for Dallas. Back deep for the Saints, it's Rashid Shaheed. Fair catch here. Called for and made beyond the 30-yard line. The Saints offense going to take over now for the second time. They had the field goal on the opening drive, took the early lead. See if they can improve on that here. 3-0. And the rush too strong. They're in there in a flash for the sack.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down. Now they'll set up to throw. That's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Deron Black. And he is going to score. A pick 6 for the touchdown. The pick 6 for the score. Greg, that is the one thing this offense did not want to see. And it really is demoralizing to see that happen in that spot.
Absolutely, Mike, and that's one of those cases where you just would like to see the quarterback say, all right, I'm going to live to play another day. Don't force that throw. Don't try to make a play that's not there, because not only do you turn the ball over, you give them an easy 6.
And on the other side, the defense, what a moment. Uplifting for them. Big momentum building.
Yeah, and that's the way games are shaped in this league, Mike. I mean, you find yourself able to capitalize on a mistake by an offense. You get yourself an easy touchdown. All of a sudden, your sideline finds themselves completely rejuvenated.
Now return coming from the 7. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Saints offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They trail by 4, a touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. Right back to the air following that pick 6. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now some movement up front, and we'll hear from our referee for the first time here today. He'll look to throw. Right back to Johnson. He's got it again. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. 3rd and 9. He'll drop to throw. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll look to throw yet again. Brought in by Chris Olave. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. They'll look to throw again. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. I think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
Here's 2nd and 2. Back to the air one more time. A pass taken in by Johnson. And they'll pick up the first down, a gain of about 4.
A gain of 4 yards. First down, New Orleans.
In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. And the Saints are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
First and goal, New Orleans.
He'll get this out to his running back. And he can't get away. They rally to the football on defense and bring him down for no gain.
At the Cowboys, 6-yard line.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down.
That last sack is exactly why defensive coaches preach over and over. Just play the next down. Just continue to make them snap the ball again. You're one big defensive play from changing everything about this drive, and what once looked like a promising drive.
Oh, this pass rush dialed in right now. They get him again.
Everybody on that sideline, when you find yourself in a goal-to-go situation, you're all thinking the same thing. You're getting 6. Well, next thing you know, you've given up 2 sacks on the previous 3 plays, and I think here on 4th down, I've lost all confidence in my protection, and I think you got to settle for the 3. And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Short kick taken at the 17. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Cowboys offense headed back to take over once more. Their lead is just a point as they begin it on this drive with 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. With that, I want to give you a look here at the receiving numbers for him from the game a week ago.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Throwing now from the gun. He's got a man. It's CeeDee Lamb. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
We've watched CeeDee Lamb become undeniably one of the best receivers in the NFL, Mike. I mean, just last season alone, led the league in receptions with 135, while totaling over 1,700 yards for the year. I mean, when the Cowboys need a big play, they're looking for number 88.
These two got it going on. 19 on that connection, and another 1st down.
And it doesn't really matter who you put on him, Mike. When you want to play one-on-one man coverage against a receiver like this, there's not a whole lot else you can do. It's hard to put help over the top because the ball's being thrown out by the sidelines. I like playing in and out. I like playing zone. Somebody underneath, somebody over the top. Share the responsibility. But that's not what they're doing. That's straight man coverage. Quarterback sees the matchup. There's no question where the ball's going to go.
Now, faking the give. Throw is caught by Cooper on the right side.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
He's got it at the 3. And he's in. Luke Schoonmaker. Touchdown, Dallas. His first touchdown of the new campaign. Greg, offensive coordinators script the start of the game This script has read perfectly. What a great start for this offense.
It just seems like every play this offensive coordinator dials up is perfectly timed and then perfectly executed. They've been aggressive, they've been efficient right since the start of this one. And I'll tell you what, Mike, they continue to build on this lead here early. It's going to be a long day for this defense.
Here comes the all-pro returner from last year, Rashid Shaheed. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. Now, out comes the New Orleans offense. They're ready to take over once again. The deficit is 8 as this drive begins with 1st and 10. So the drive begins with a give to Johnson. And they will finally run him down up near midfield.
We had a feeling coming into the game that they were going to get this guy plenty of touches, and you can see from this early success why. The defense is going to have to make some adjustments here because they have had no answers thus far.
On 1st down, right back to Johnson. And he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's 2nd down. Out of the gun, he'll throw. He'll look middle here, and there's Olave. And he'll be very close to a 1st down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Here's 3rd down and a few inches. They'll try to run for it with Johnson. And he is going to have the Saints 1st down. He has it by plenty. They keep the drive alive here on 3rd and inches.
1st down, Saints.
They'll go again with Johnson. Space to run inside the 20. And he'll be out of bounds all the way down at the 10. They get 24 on that one, and just like that, it's 1st and goal.
There's a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
They'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. They send the tight end in motion. They'll run with Johnson. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this 1st quarter. So we'll get a 2nd and goal when we return. It's the Cowboys with the early edge. We're back to Arlington in a moment. Tried again here from the 7-yard line, 2nd down and goal. Now this time they'll look to throw. And he'll take it on in. Touchdown, Saints.
Touchdown, New Orleans.
That a big score, Greg. They continue to get points, but after not getting touchdowns, this has to feel really good to this offense.
It really does, and I think anytime you can build on your confidence that now you know the rest of this game, you can finish these good drives. Coming away with 2 field goals, those are wins for the defense. So now a win for the offensive side of the ball, and got to see now if you can keep this rolling throughout the rest of this game.
The PAT, up and good. And the Saints move back to within 1.
Saints 13.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return, here's Turpin. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Cowboys offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. That's taken in. It's Royce Freeman. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6 at the 33-yard line.
They'll throw out of the gun. And the coverage right there. This ball knocked away. It's incomplete. Here comes 3rd and 6.
6 yards to go.
A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. He'll get this one complete to Schoonmaker. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it. But he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the first down.
Throwing now on 1st and 10. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
Quick throw, taken in. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. 2nd and 7.
At the Saints' 29-yard line.
They'll look to throw. And they'll finally run him down, but he takes it inside the 10-yard line.
What I like the most here is just the decision that when he wants to be a runner, he commits to being a runner, and he's able to weave his way downfield, pick up the first down, sets up 1st and goal.
Back to throw. That is caught to the goal line and in. Luke Schoonmaker. Touchdown, Cowboys. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start to this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer, because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. On the return, it's Rashid Shaheed. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Saints offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And he's been a tough man to stop in this first half, putting up some big numbers already. And remember, we haven't even reached halftime yet. And he'll take this to about the 28. Mozzie Smith, the former first-round pick, makes the play. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. He'll look to throw. A throw left side, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Chris Olave, the intended receiver. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Tight end motioning left. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. Throw right side to Olave. And he looks to be a bit short of the line. And that is going to bring up 4th down. The Saints lining up in punt formation. Cavante Turpin to return for the Cowboys. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. So now here are the Cowboys. Their offense ready to make their way back onto the field. The next drive about to start. We'll remind you what's coming up here in week 2. A couple of good ones to look forward to. 2 good young quarterbacks going at it later tonight in Houston. The Bears and Texans at NRG Stadium. And then tomorrow, Monday Night Football, as the new-look Falcons head to Philadelphia to take on the Eagles. Kickoff there, 8:15 Eastern Time.
At the 26-yard line.
On 2nd and 10, they'll try to throw. Catch is made. That is Schoonmaker. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
A pickup there of 28 yards.
The challenge of defending a dual-threat quarterback in the NFL, Mike, is that you just don't see them week in and week out, maybe like you do in college. So in this case, you defend everything perfectly downfield, but it's hard to account for a quarterback who can run. He escapes the pressure, tucks it down himself, and he picks up a big gain.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. That's over the middle, taken in by Cooper. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Now they'll set up to throw. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
Quick throw here is complete. He is in. Touchdown, Dallas. And the show continues. What a first half he's had, Greg. A third touchdown pass with that one.
Mike, what stood out to me the most so far is just the amount of space these guys have had to operate in. I think if I'm this defensive coordinator, me and my staff at halftime are revisiting this game plan. They obviously felt good about it coming in, but I don't think there's anything to feel good about thus far.
Aubrey, good with the extra point. The Cowboys add on one more as they extend their second quarter lead. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. He fields it at the 8. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. The Saints offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with first down. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down in bounds.
It's a gain of 10. First down, New Orleans.
He'll drop to throw. Oh, and a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass you say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up second down. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Micah Parsons, too tough to stop, gets in to bring him down.
Parsons making his presence felt, and it's no secret. I mean, Mike, he's become one of the top overall defenders in the entire league. He's had at least 13 sacks each of the previous 3 seasons, and if he continues to play at that level, there's a good chance he's going to try to make it 4 by the end of this year.
Set up the screen, out wide, it's Thomas. Well, this one is in reverse again. They're going to lose more yardage here, and it's going to bring up fourth down. On comes Thomas Morstead as he's on to punt for the second straight drive. To return, it is Turpin. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Cowboys offense and the wideout getting set to go once more. Here's first and 10. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Open man downfield. It's CeeDee Lamb. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. You can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield, perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
1st and 10 now from the 36. He'll turn and hand this one off. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Here's a 3rd down and 4. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a 1st down.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
They'll run it on the inside handoff. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. They'll stick with him again. And some good blocking at the point of attack. A pickup of 7, and it brings up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 7. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. He's got a receiver, and that's Lamb. And the Cowboys are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And this offense just continues to roll now, and defensively, they need to stop. They cannot let this lead get any larger. They've got to hold them to 3 if they're going to have any chance of finding themselves back in this game.
Ball sitting on the 3. It is 1st down and goal. They'll try to run this one in. A dive, and he's in! Touchdown, Cowboys! This defense continuing to give up points. Greg, you've been on offenses like this. This has to feel great when you're on a roll like this.
And it's really twofold, Mike. First and foremost, just like you said, every offense in the league works all week. We want to start out fast. We want to establish some early rhythm and play our style of game. They've certainly done that. Now, on the flip side, what does it do to your opponent? It takes them completely out of their game plan, knowing this early in the game, they're chasing points.
And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has done everything you could ask of him coming into this one. Spread it around, hasn't taken many chances, and potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. Right away, they'll set up to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Throwing now from the gun. This to the right side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
That's caught! And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
Defensively, you put so much effort about defending the middle of the field. You know that's the valuable real estate every offense is looking to attack. But what does that do, Mike? It makes you a little susceptible to the throws outside the numbers, and it leads to a chunk play.
Ball rests at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Back to the air one more time. A pass taken in by Johnson. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. They'll look to throw yet again. Got his man. That's Graham. And And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. 6 catches for him in the ball game now, and this one's good for a first down. They'll look to throw again. This one caught at the 4. And the Saints are going to have a first and goal coming up as the tackle's made here at the 3-yard line. They'll look to throw. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete. After that incomplete pass, we have a player shaken up. Now, here's 2nd and goal. Back to throw. That one, taken in. Brandon Cooks. Touchdown, New Orleans. Well, that is a step in the right direction, finding the end zone. I don't know, Greg. Could this be building some momentum for these guys, and that's important before halftime?
Absolutely, and I think the biggest thing this coach is trying to get across right now on the sideline, Mike, is let's just cut into this lead and let's make it a one-score game at half. So they still got some work to do, but if they can go into halftime, regroup, catch their breath, just keep it close, give yourself a fighting chance here out of the break.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return, here's Turpin. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Cowboys offense. And their running back set to go once more. They're going to be looking to possibly push this to a 3-score advantage. Work to do on this drive. 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Looking middle of the field, it's complete.
I think the defender thought he had himself a pick here, Mike. He saw that curl coming the entire way, but unfortunately for him, it was a curl and go. They took him deep. Leads to a huge pickup.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. So now the Saints will use the first of their 3 timeouts. Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. He'll try to get this one on the ground. And a good piece of running there. He'll get about 9 yards past the 35-yard line. Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for the 2nd time. A fair catch taken, and they're going to start right at their own 20-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. On play action, he'll set up to throw. He'll let this one go. Deep for Thomas. And that is incomplete.
Haven't even reached halftime yet, and we see this quarterback just continue to put the ball in harm's way and make bad decisions. He's lucky it didn't add another interception to his stat sheet, and as they approach halftime here, they got to regroup. He's going to have to make the better decisions here in the second half. They just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
On comes the punter now, as he is on to punt for New Orleans. This will be returned from the other side of midfield, and he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. The home team's offense going to see what they can do in the final minute of this first half. They'll begin with terrific starting field position. It gets going with 1st and 10. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession's going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
And that is incomplete. One final chance does not work out. Time has expired. The first half has come to an end.
Okay, Mike, back to you and Greg in just a moment. But after a wild first weekend in the NFL, time to see if things will settle down as we take a quick look at what's happening here in Week 2. We'll start in the NFC East. This one always a battle. New York taking on Washington, and it's the home team who are out in front. Brian Robinson with a touchdown run. From there, we head on over to Wisconsin to check on the Packers at home at Lambeau Field. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Indianapolis Colts. Devontae Adams, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon. Lastly, let's motor up to the Motor City. See what's happening with the Lions at home at Ford Field. As you can see the score there in the second quarter. Chris Godwin, a touchdown reception.
Coach, thank you. Not a rest at the break for the defensive coordinators, trying to figure out how to stop these offenses as we get ready for the second half. On the return, here's Turpin. Oh, very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. The offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And we show you some of the highlights, and there have been plenty to choose from. 3 touchdown passes and some other big-time throws as well. Certainly dialed in and on top of his game right throughout this one. The third quarter begins with a run. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
It's too early at this point, Mike, to really start thinking about the clock. You definitely don't want to go into a shell. But now this is the point in the game where having a good ground game really starts to take over. You throw to get the lead, but man, once you get it, that ground game, that's what finishes the game off. The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But, Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why.
From out of the gun, he'll throw.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And the Cowboys are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst, they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs. Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
A quick slant taken by Lamb. And he'll be taken down, let's call it the 7-yard line. And here comes 3rd and goal. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. The pressure, too much, and he goes down.
All right, so it's only one drive here in the second half, and they trail pretty big here to start the 3rd. But it seems this defense came out with a little different energy than we saw in the first half. Whatever was said in the locker room seemed to have worked. Now it's the offense's chance to see if they can cut into this deficit. And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
Shaheed now to return it. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. This offense and their running back heading back on the field. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down. He will find Thomas. And nice work after the catch. He stopped a little short of the 1st down marker, but it is a pickup of 9. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. 3rd and a yard. Now they'll set up to throw. He's got his man complete to Johnson.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
2nd down and 8. Here comes a toss, right. Here comes Johnson. And that one going to be closed down in the backfield. Great defensive play. Knifing it and dropping him for a loss. 3rd and long. There's that man again. Another catch. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this, than on 3rd down or critical moments. That's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates. If I was in a critical situation, there is no doubt where I'm going with the ball.
To the air now. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
He's going to take a shot. Sends it down the middle. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They'll motion their tight end, Johnson. Quick throw here is complete. And the Saints are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. He'll drop to throw. That's hauled in at the 2. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. This one caught just past the pylon. Touchdown, Saints.
New Orleans.
Point after try forthcoming. It's up and good. The Saints are able to edge a bit closer.
Saints 27.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. The return starts at the 13. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. The home team's offense ready to take over once again. They built a nice lead for themselves here. They'll try to add to that, beginning with first down. They'll begin here on the ground. And a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be second down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 40-yard line.
Catch is made. That is Schoonmaker. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
First and 10. Quick throw, taken in.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
At the Saints 36-yard line.
Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Athletic training staff looking at him. And now whistles as the challenge flag is out. And this last play will be reviewed. At issue, was he able to stay in bounds? The NFL rules, you're looking for either 2 feet or a body part that is not a hand to be down with possession of the ball. No bobbling, the ball not moving around. He has control, so that's what the referee is looking at here. So the challenge is not successful, and that will cost them the first of their 3 timeouts for the half. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. This drive's going to continue. They bring him down, but not before he picks up 1st and goal for his team. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. He's going to... And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Dallas. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
The extra point by Aubrey is good. And the Cowboys will extend this 3rd quarter lead. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. From the 6, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. This offense ready for their next possession, led by their running back. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Now a short one caught by the tight end, Johnson. And he'll get about 8 on that one, most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down. On the bootleg, he'll look to throw. He'll let this one go. Deep for Thomas. That ball incomplete. Got the hands in there to break it up. Could have been a big gainer. Instead, it sets up a third down. They'll run this over the center with Johnson. And he is going to have the Saints first down. He'll have it by plenty. It was 3rd and 2. They picked up 8.
An 8-yard pickup. First down, New Orleans.
On the handoff, it's Johnson. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. On second down, a run with Johnson. And he'll get maybe a yard. That's it. The All-Pro Micah Parsons there for the stop. On third down, they'll set up to throw. And he's very close to a first down, but it doesn't look like he got there. And yes, they're going to mark him a yard short. The Saints will punt this one away, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And no chance to turn upfield. He's forced out of bounds after a very short return. The home team's offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. And as we look back now, Greg, at how we got here, we got a ton of highlights of the offense so far. In particular, great passing.
Yeah, and if you want to score points in the NFL, Mike, there's no secret. You've got to do it primarily through the air, and with 3 touchdowns here so far, that's exactly what we've seen. It's been deep balls. It's been intermediate shots. It's been good run after catch. This has really been high-level offense on display right from the jump. Great timing and anticipation. The second the tight end's head turned around, the quarterback put the ball on him, and now it's, hey, let's see who wants to tackle this big guy and bring him to the ground.
And this is going to be a Cowboys first down. He'll take it up to about the 33-yard line.
It's possible they could have tried to be a little bit more aggressive on second down, knowing they had 3rd and inches in their back pocket. But I don't think anyone's going to complain. Pick up the first down, extend the drive, see if you can go score.
Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. That one good for 26 yards.
Now this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
So no shortage of offense in this one as we end the 3rd. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Set to go now on 1st and 10. A handoff as they try to run it here. And he'll get 4 on this one. Down inside the 40-yard line now. Here's 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he'll get them 5 yards closer, but now 3rd down coming up.
33-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 2.
And that call will not get it done. The defense ready, stopping him behind the line of scrimmage. And it sets up 4th down.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
A 54-yard attempt.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Cowboys add on to their lead.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Saints offense back onto the field for their next possession. Things not